Hello everyone, I'm the Gaming Albino. Now that summer's here, I can finally start making more videos. I thought what better way to start than make a top 10 about the best tracks in Mario Kart 8. Now this game takes the underwater and hang gliding sections from Mario Kart 7. Not only that, but adds a new form of gameplay, the use of anti-gravity sections. Each of these tracks are very unique, so it's hard to count down my favorites. Before I begin, here's a little disclaimer. This list will not include tracks from the Retro Cups. With that out of the way, let's begin! Number 10. Rainbow Road. Alright, I'm going to get this out of the way and say what everyone else has thought about this track. Yes, for an anti-gravity racing game, this track is a little underwhelming. However, it's still a very fun track. Just like previous Rainbow Roads, this track takes place in space. But this one, you can actually drive through a space station. It's very short, but it's still cool. It uses the same conveyor belt mechanics from Toad's factory in Mario Kart Wii. In the background you can see floating Toad astronauts, satellites, and even this cute little blooper shuttle. Just like every other Rainbow Road, there are plenty of tight turns without fences. So make sure just not to fall off! Oh god! Oh, thanks, Mr. Lakitu. Anyway, a really great track, deserving the number 10 spot on my list. Number 9. Dolphin Shoals. What I learned from Mario Kart 7 was that the underwater sections were boring and slowed down the pace of the race. But Dolphin Shoals doesn't feel that way at all. It feels like the perfect vacation. You get to swim with dolphins and explore beautiful coral reefs. The best part of the track would be the halfway mark, when you reach this section of different pipes. Frankly, there are so many different paths to take I didn't know where to go. I ended up hitting cheap sheeps and falling down to the bottom of the ocean floor. Just up ahead is a Mega Unagi. This giant eel. And you can drive on this guy's back and perform tricks. After that, the anti-gravity is activated. You race above this typhoon straight to the finish line. For an underwater track, I guess you could say this is really refreshing. I can't believe I wrote that. Number 8. Bowser's Castle. The drawbridge lowers and you can hear that amazing guitar riff. You know you're in for a treat. This is the typical Bowser's Castle. Drive through the hallways, up the staircases, avoiding fireballs and lava. However, I do like the nod to Super Mario Bros. 3 with the Bowser statue shooting lasers. I guess it's becoming a tradition to have every Bowser's Castle include a giant moving Bowser mech. This time, this one's made of stone and punches the track, which is pretty easy to avoid. Strangely, everything else is pretty difficult to avoid, like the fireballs, the swinging pendulum, tight corners. I really like the anti-gravity sections. I'm just a little curious how Bowser gets through his castle without his go-kart. I feel like it looks something like this. Number 7. Twisted Mansion. Oh, Luigi, ever since you starred in your own Haunted Mansion game, we've been seeing this place everywhere. Party boards, battle arenas, galaxies. This isn't even the first Haunted Mansion track we've seen, and to think it all started from one game. Well, I'm glad, because I really enjoy the Haunted Mansion theme. Starting the race, you can hear the doors creak open. And right away you drive on a curvy wall, passing by boos. And might I just say, no wonder these guys are dead. There's no food on these plates. Racing past the library, this is where the mansion gets really twisted. Literally. You drive into this underwater section, and it's really hard to tell which way is up and which way is down. Splitting off, you can hang glide to the balcony above, or the staircase below. Followed by some hammer-wielding statues that make quite the bang. I love the Haunted Mansions, and I hope we'll keep seeing lots more of it. Number 6. Thwomp Ruins. the last track in the Mushroom Cup. Therefore it's pretty straightforward and easy, but I still really enjoy it. Starting the race, you begin by driving into a tunnel, and you can either drive up along the side of the wall, or you can stay on the main path avoiding the giant stone wheels. Later, coming up to a section with many different options. You can either swim through the center, drive along the walls, or glide over everything. Then you come across another tunnel with an anti-gravity section and avoiding many thwomps, ended by a glide to the finish. The music just adds to this track. The drum feels like a steady heartbeat and makes the track feel even more like an adventure. Number 5. Shy Guy Falls. This track takes place on a cliffside area with 2 waterfalls. Driving up and down these waterfalls is by far the best use of anti-gravity in the whole game. You're not driving on the wall or ceiling, you're driving up a freaking waterfall! I didn't realize how visually amazing this track was until I looked back at my recorded footage. While playing, I would only pay attention to my character, but now I can look around and see how amazing this track really is. Going up, you can see Shy Guys swinging from vines, and on the way back down there's piranha plants chomping and Shy Guys on scaffolding. But what's most fascinating is this nest of eggs. Maybe there's a deeper story to this. Why did your mother leave you? Why were you abandoned? Why were you left to die? Oh, that's probably the mom right there. Anyway, a really fun track with lots of hidden detail in the backgrounds. Number 4. Electrodrome. What can I honestly say about this track? It feels like Music Park made love to Bowser and Neo City and gave birth to this. This place is filled with flashing lights, booming speakers, TV screens, and even a giant disco ball. What I really love about this track is the interactions you can have during the race, like how the player's trail lights up on this wall, or how you can change the music driving on this electric keyboard. Everything sounds amazing. The music is so catchy even the piranha plants are dancing to it. Overall, a very fun race. Number 3. Cloudtop Cruise. As you can kinda guess by the title, this track does take place up in the sky on white fluffy clouds. But I love how bumpy the track is. If you could drive on a cloud, this is exactly how it would be. Eventually you board one of Bowser's airships, but as quickly as you get on, you're shot out of a cannon towards more fluffy clouds. This took a dark turn. Players race on a metal track inside a storm cloud. On the track, there are many boost panels, but once in a while lightning will strike them, which will cause the racers to spin out. But before the end of the race, you land back on the giant beanstalk. But it seems to start from a giant question mark block, which is a very neat little Easter egg. I'm a huge fan of the Super Mario Galaxy games, so the use of the Gusty Garden theme made me very happy. Number 2. Sunshine Airport. I love Super Mario Galaxy, and I love Super Mario Sunshine just as much, and this makes a beautiful reference to the game. Throughout the race there are plenty of Piantas cheering you on, and many shine sprites visible through the course. But that's not the only reason this track is amazing. The race starts off in the terminal, and quickly you leap on the tarmac, which is pretty strange. Not once did the players have to remove their shoes and go through the metal detector, or have their flight delayed, or randomly be selected for additional screening. I've had a very bad experience in airports. Players continue to pass by conveyor belts and drive underneath stationary planes. Shortly after, players take to the sky and drive on an anti-gravity section, then fly back down dodging a giant jet flying towards you. Finally, you're back at the terminal. Frankly, I never thought an airport could end up being one of my favorite racetracks in a Mario Kart game. Number 1. Mount Wario. For those of you who watched my top 10 Mario Kart 8 tracks I'm excited for, you all knew that I predicted this would be my favorite track. And I was right. I just wanted to throw that out there. This is truly an amazing track. Instead of 3 laps, this is all one giant race down the mountain. From the start, you jump off a helicopter on the very top of the mountain, going down, taking sharp, slippery turns down towards a giant cave, hang gliding over freezing water containing 2 icebergs, leading you straight to Wario's dam. Yep, Wario owns a dam too. This is another anti-gravity section with racers driving along the side of the dam, with boost pads going down the streams. Soon the players reach a forest area splitting into a couple different paths, even jumping over a bunch of logs. Racers enter the 3rd section, which starts going down a skiing area. After a few turns, racers go down a ski jumping ramp, with boost pads placed all over the ramp. This portion of the race ends with a huge glider section, where 3 boost rings are placed. After 2 more turns, the race ends. I really love this track. It reminds me of DK Mountain and DK Summit, which are both one of my favorite tracks in the whole Mario Kart series. I hope you enjoyed my video. Please feel free to write down your opinion in the comments below. And I'm always open to suggestions for future videos. And if you enjoyed this top 10, please like, subscribe, and check out my other videos. Finally, I'd just like to say, if you ever want to play a race online, just add me as a friend on your Wii U. My information can be found somewhere here on the screen. Thanks for watching.